Hi everyone. Hi, it's Matt Bisogno here, and I thought I'd do a short video highlighting a few of the newer features soon to appear on geegeez, and also encompassing a few old favourites. So this is actually a test installation of the race cards. It's got some of the new stuff that's going live very soon, hopefully by the middle of this week. Just a few things needed, as you'll see as we go along. I'm going to look at tomorrow's racing, Monday 14th of July, Bastille Day in France. And the first thing that those of you familiar with the race cards will notice is that there's a new drop-down box where the going is displayed. And the purpose of this box is to allow the user to factor in any changes to the overnight going description. So for example, this week at Newmarket, the advertised going was good to firm. They were deluged on Thursday and the going ended up being soft. In order to accommodate that with the new cards, you'd simply change the going to soft, and then as a consequence of that, that change is replicated all the way through. So you can see the going is soft here. You can see in the race analysis, now renamed Instant Expert report, for obvious reasons I hope, you can see the going is changed in the range there to soft. And also you can see in the full form filters, let me just find a horse with soft ground win. Let's try first in command. Right, so you can see in the full form filters for first in command, if I select the going filter, it highlights all that horse's soft ground runs, as opposed to good ground, which was the advertised going. So this is a real significant move forward for the cards. I think it certainly enables a lot of analysis to happen in a short space of time, which is what you need if the changes very late. What tends to happen with some of these clerks of the course is that they know that it's been teeming down with rain all day, but they leave the going as what it was before the first race, and then change it after the first race. So that can involve a lot of unpicking for bettors who are looking in real time. And this is a huge saving, I think. Another thing of interest, let's use this opening race at Lingfield tomorrow evening, particularly of interest, I think, in races where the level of form is minimal, and the horses are may have run once or twice in maiden races, as is the case here. We've added something to the inline form on the right hand side called Then What. One of the things that we still need to do is to stylize this a bit so it looks a bit it's a bit easier to read, but basically what this does is we can see that Bannister Bell finished 4th of 5, beaten 9 lengths, but we don't really have any context in terms of what he raced against, except that now we do, because we can see on the right hand side of the page that 2 horses have come out of this race since. One of them has won and the other one has been placed as well, so both have placed, one of which won. So this ostensibly not very good looking run could probably be marked up a notch or two on the basis of the subsequent race performances of the runners that have come out of it. And in actual fact, we can take that a step further by looking at the result of that previous race, and we can actually see, excuse me while I change the view, we can see that the race winner has come out and won again since, and the second place horse was the one that came out and placed since. The other 3, including Bannister Bell, have yet to run again. And the material element here might be that there were 7 lengths back to the third, so maybe you don't want to be getting too excited about Bannister Bell, but you can see quite clearly that this additional data on the results pages will be of some considerable value to those of you that like to look through the form in the geegeez Gold race cards. So other things to look out for, the short list, which used to be quite a popular daily post that I put together. It now has its own location in the report selector, and the shortlist is put together based on the historical win and place performance of all of the runners each day, and it's taken from the instant export, the race analysis report, instant expert as it is now. You can see for each row they've got green, amber, red or grey, which correlates to the instant expert report. So if we look at tomorrow's report, these are the win ones, and what I tend to do is sort by going, and I'm looking at the green ones on going, and then I'm looking at all of the other indicators. I'm looking for a line of green, or maybe a line of green and ambers. So in that context, Chantry at Lingfield in the 720 is of mild interest, maybe of mild interest, and Miss Tenacious in the 440 Newton Abbot could also be vaguely interesting. And we can sort by place as well. So these are Monday's place possibles, and again I'm going to sort by going, and I'm looking for a line of green, and I think I have one here. Yes, Lingfield Park Chantry has a full block of green, so in each way terms that might be a very sound bet. Now obviously you want to go and have a look in more detail at that horse's rivals and see if the pace suits. In actual fact, why don't we do that? Let's have a look at Chantry and the 720 at Lingfield, and we can see by clicking on that horse it takes us straight to the race analysis report stroke instant expert, and we can see that it's got a very robust place profile and a pretty robust win profile, as incidentally has Punk. If we look at the pace analysis just to get a feel for how the race might be run, we can see that Chantry will probably be on or close to the lead. There isn't a huge amount of pace in the race. There are three that kind of want to go on, and Punk is one of those, incidentally. I think depending on the price, Chantry might be quite interesting. It's drawn in 9, so it's probably not ideally drawn, but it should be able to get across, and because there's not much pace here, so it should be able to get across and track. Presumably Punk will lead, track Punk, and obviously its profile suggests it's placed to win today. Other things that to keep in mind are Lady Cecil's form, and we can see that her recent form is very good, so she's got a green 14 form indicator. Her 1 year course form, well that's actually only going to be this year and the end of last year, is very good, and so her C1 and C09 will be the same because she only took over the licence from the late Sir Henry in around about this time last year. Interestingly, I think we can also see that the jockey is in great form in both 14, 30-day and course 1 year, so he rides this course well. Chantry has an awful lot of positives in its favour. It's a course and distance winner as well. We check head to head, hasn't run against any of the other horses in the race, but it's very easy to make a case for Chantry to run a big race in the 720 at Lingfield. The only other thing that I really wanted to flag for you right now is the new results service on geegeez, which will be arriving in a day or two. The page will actually look a little different from this. We'll probably have 3 blocks across the page, but what's new and different here is that we can see there's a typo there as well. We can see there are these new boxes for recent results and results search. So if I click on recent results, I can choose any day in the last fortnight. Let's choose Thursday the 3rd of July, and it instantly brings up the results for that day, and you can see how quick that was. That's real time. And if I wanted to look at the 8:40 result from that day, I just click the button there, and it loads the result in another page with all of the details. I can then click through to the horse trainer or jockey name from there. The other thing then is the result search. So if I wanted to look for a result further back, let's say I wanted to look for a result from the Cheltenham Festival, I could choose March here, and Tuesday the 11th of March, which I happen to know was the Cheltenham Festival. And here we are, it's the 2:40 at Cheltenham, which was the festival plate, I believe, the Bayliss and Harding affordable luxury handicap chase, also known as the festival chase. And here we can see the result, but also we can see the performance of horses out of the race since. So we can see the first two home both won on their next start, their only subsequent start, giving the form a fairly solid look. Plenty of others have run since with less success. What we will have at the bottom is a summary of the subsequent runs. That isn't there at the moment, but we will have that too. So I think that the new results functionality is pretty cool, and it's as you can see, it's really very quick, which is awesome. I'm really pleased to add that, and what we'll also be doing is we'll be adding a button to the race cards page directly at the top, so you can whenever you're in the race cards, you can click straight through to the results, because again, that's been a little bit they've been a little bit separate in the past, and we're keen to put that right. Do keep in mind that most of the good stuff on geegeez has appeared only in the last 6 months, so we're really pleased with the progress we've made, but it's still very much work in progress, and I hope you like some of the functionality and enhancements we're introducing. If you're not a member, there's a link below where you can get a free trial, of course. If you are a member, then look out for these new changes later in the week, and I really hope they add some value for you. This is Matt Bisogno saying thanks for listening, and bye for now.